Time for divine shot, KJ events. This real talk is the brand. You understand how we do, my man. I'm on that Friday night Knicks shit, dripping in Knicks shit. Up in the world, most famous arena with the click. That's the conglomerate. The Knicks real talk, the real prominent. I'm a bit like the Omicron variant, so dominant. Paying homage to the cats in the chat. That's where it's at. Cause I'm hearing that. You don't care for hyperbole, we straight facts. We interact with the mob, the gods. Up in the pod, the squad, with the side. The entourage be on the job, my energy. From the tripping and temple. As they cook my game plan, let my brand salute and pursuit. Going hard like the New York City gritty committee. Cause that the Knicks we know is pretty, but we all stay giddy. But we embrace the fan base like the late Anthony Mace. We drink the logo when there's airspace that appear like square space. Staring down on the Chase Bridge, look at that Knicks City drip. And city dashes on the court, looking pretty legit. I stay true to the orange and blue. I thought you knew for him a few bars to shine like stars divine on Mount Mars. Knicks real talk. Here we go, let's go.
Knicks real talk right here. I'm representing
Knicks real talk.
right here. Let's get it.
Here we go, let's go.
We here in the building.
Knicks real talk.
Let's get it.
Here we go, let's go.
Yeah, for real. Yes, sir.
Knicks real talk.
We here.
Here we go,
in the
let's go.
building. Knicks real talk. Let's get it. Let's get it. Yeah, for real. Yes,
Let's
sir.
get it. Ooh, yes. Knicks real talk. Let's get it. We in the building, man. About to get it popping today. Y'all know what it is, man. It's draft night. I got the dream team in the building with me as always. Shop Powers, KJ events. Our brothers, what's good?
Yeah, salute to you, Divine. Salute to you, KJ. The chat is where it's at. Let's get it.
Yes, sir. KJ, what's up?
Knicks Real Talk family in the chat. Salute to everybody out there worldwide. Today we make history.
Yes, sir, man. So, K, I think you got an echo. But real talk, man. Salute everybody, man. Tonight is the night. You ain't no more mock. Everything is real talk now. We ready to get it popping, man. Knicks going into the 11th pick tonight and the 42nd. Man, we're excited, man. I'm ready to get it popping. I'm ready. The countdown is here. Got a lot of buzz out there. What the Knicks going to do with the 11th pick. We're going to keep it. We're going to move up. We're going to move down. We're going to move out. We're going to move in. I don't know, but it's going to be exciting, man. For this to be 11th pick, I've never been so excited as a Knicks fan, guy, just for the 11th pick, because that thing can really, depending on what they do with it, make a big difference in where we going, man. So I'm really ready to get to it. We got a lot of good prospects in the draft this year. I think from 1 to 20 is decent. I mean, you guys, I think no matter what we do, I think we're gonna be fun with it tonight, man. But first and foremost, salute to the chat. Y'all up in here with us today, man. We at the 5 o'clock hour because y'all know we want y'all to be able to get off and go get to the draft, enjoy yourself. But KJ, Shop Howard, I've been waiting for this all week, man. Real talk. It's like, man, there's so much stuff going on out there. Can we get Jaden Ivey? Can we do this? Can we do that? So I'm like a kid in the candy store right now for this thing, Shop Powers. I'm just ready to get this thing going, man. See what the Knicks gonna do with it tonight. Microphone check, brother.
1 2 1 2.
Yes, sir. Yeah, there's definitely some things in in the atmosphere out tonight, man. They have a chance of moving up to maybe the 4th or maybe the 5th spot. Maybe trying to grab Ivy, or maybe trying to trade their picks and move back. Maybe try to scoop up a 13th or a 15th pick or something like that, or both. Or maybe staying pat and going with whoever falls to their if they like who they like. If someone that they like falls to them, then they'll pick them at 11. So we see what's going to go on, man. It's going to be a lively night, man. There's been a lot of things happening in the NBA, all these new trades and stuff like that. And one thing I want to put emphasis on, let's go Detroit. Come on, Detroit. I just need you, Detroit. Come on, Detroit. Let's get it.
Yeah, hey, KJ, you've been on a Jaden Ivey thing for a minute. Boy, would it be exciting to get that young man up in New York, man. I know it's a long shot, but I don't think Scott Perry and Steve Milton is sitting down at these workouts and these combines for nothing. If they did, they mean they did for a reason. Whether we can get him or not remains to be seen. But I would love to have that young man down in New York in the backcourt with whether it's Quickly, whoever. I just think that he could change the direction of the franchise with some good dude, with some young talent that we have. KJ, I think he might be the man. And I really love to see that cat get down here.
Right, and it's one of those things, Divine and Shy, that every draft year round, we always wishing for that player that we hear about. And let me tell you, if we swing a deal to get this young man Jordan Ivey, I believe for the next 10 years, it could change the direction of the New York Knicks franchise. And we talk about somebody that could change a direction of a franchise. We have a guy. They said the same thing about what's my man from Atlanta? Trae Young. He couldn't shoot coming out. He's too small. They said the same thing about John Morant. he can't shoot. But these generational talent, and if we got a chance to get him by any means necessary, you go ahead and you get him because you never know what he's going to do. And I think from a fan base standpoint, I think we'll be excited regardless of who's here, who's not. If we can get Jordan Ivey, let's get him. If we can get him.
Yeah, facts. Hey, Frank Montos, we're gonna get into that, man. That Devontae Murray thing is out there, man. We're talking about that as well because the Spurs and Atlanta Hawks was trying to do a John Collins for Devontae Murray swap. So let's see if a lot of our firm going to sneak up in there and try to make that happen. And I think we can do it. Frank Montos, 3 first-round picks, we got him. So that will be interesting, man. But you know what? For me, guys, we'll put down the players in the draft in a few minutes. I'll put them on the screen, go to a little video with them, let you see who was in there. But I'm really excited about it because I think we got 9 guys. We add one more young people. We might have 10 nice young players down in New York that can really develop and go move forward with this team. And we already got 8 of them there with the mergers, them signing Mitchell Robinson back, which I think is going to happen according to Mark Stern. The Knicks will, they're working out a deal to stick Mitchell Robinson, which I'm so happy about. And I just think that's the right thing to do. But, man, you look at the talent up and down the board, you obviously know the top 3 gone, Bonchero, and we know Jabari Smith going to go number 1, probably Holmgren and Bonchero. But after that, you talk about Keegan Murray, you talk about Jaden Ivey, Sharp, his name is out there in the Knicks talk and everything like that. So, I mean, it's a lot of speculation, but at the same time, I do think the Knicks going to come out with a decent player. Who that player may be, I can't tell you, but who I want, I can tell you who I want, and that's Jaden Ivey. So let's hope that we do have the capital to get him. We can give him these picks. We can give him next year's pick. We can give him another one. We might have to give up one of our players that we got now, but I would love to keep Obi Toppin, but we had to give up who we had to give up to get that young man. I just think he'll make a difference here. So I'm hoping that we don't have to give up too much, but if we can give him shot power, I just think it's the right thing to do.
Yeah, I think if it's one of the young guys, I believe it'll probably be more on the lines of IQ, and we keep Obi Toppin, I think. But if we're talking about getting Jaden Ivey here, I would hate to see him go. He's always a Knick to me and stuff like that. But for Jaden Ivey, yeah, I think we might can move him. I also seen IQ. I also seen Cam Reddish and 2 firsts or something like that. This year's first and the 23 first.
Yeah, you know what? For me, much as I like Cam, but because he's one of the ones that's going to be due for extension of KJ. So I mean, quickly and grind. And them guys still got 2 or 3 years left on their rookie deal. Whereas Cam Reddish, after this year, he's gonna be looking for an extension. So if anybody, to me, and I love Cam Reddish, I wouldn't want the Knicks to trade him, but they got to get Devontae Murray or Jaden Ivey. It's a wrap for me. You got to send him up out of here. You know what I mean? If you don't want that to be the reason why you don't get a point guard or a shooting guard that could blend with the players we got and make this thing even more special. So I understand it. But Obi Toppin and Emmanuel Quickly, I wouldn't want to give up Obi. Now I think the Knicks are reluctant to give him up, from what I hear. But I would have to do Cam Reddish, and I don't even want to give up Grimes, but I love Grimes. But man, to get that other cat out, him or Murray, I ain't got no choice to me.
Right, and we have to look at the past 2 years since this new regime's been here. They're finding first round talent in the second round. Again, we found Sims, we find IQ, we find Grimes, and we found McBride. All could be first rounders. So I trust what I'm saying is I trust the process of the front office right now. So again, we have to look at those guys I just named, and if it's anybody on that board who they feel is better than them, okay, you know what? We could replace one with this one. If we can't get Ivy, that's what I'm looking for right now. I'm looking maybe to trade back to get 2 more pieces because it might be somebody they shown that they can find talent. So I'm all in on what they can find. But if we can't get Ivy, hey, I'm all for it. Just trade it back and doing what we need to do. And through the years, Sacramento Kings for the past couple years, let me say, since 2011, 2012, right? They drafted a guy named what's the brother's name? Thomas Robinson. You know who they could have had? They could have had Tristan Thompson. So through the years, they had so many different players that they could have had on the Sacramento team. I don't think this is the year they strike out. They got to get if Ivy's there at 4, there's no deal. Sacramento Kings will select Jaden Ivey because the buzz is too big, and regardless of how many guards they do got, But again, they drafted Marvin Bagley. Nothing to them, But you know who was next in that draft, in that 2018 draft? Marvin Bagley. They got had Luka Doncic. So again, the Sacramento Kings, they've been hitting and missing with people. So again, I don't think they don't want the same thing to happen. So if no deal can make it happen, they're gonna wind up going to keeping Ivy and make it happen. So our New York Knicks, we got to get somebody, guys. We got to get somebody.
Yeah, you know, because what's interesting to me is the Knicks can either move up or down, and believe it or not, the Grizzlies would love to move up to the 11th spot.
Yes.
You know what I mean? To deal with the Knicks, but I think the Knicks got to go all in. And I agree with you on Cash Out. I had to give up IQ, and Cam for Ivy, because I think Ivy could be a situational player, a game play changer for the Knicks at that spot. Athletic, can get to the bucket. Him and RJ downhill. Him and Obi with the hops. And I mean, man, if Gardner will be electric with that dude here, man. You know what I mean? But here's the thing to piggyback off you. We know Alvin Gentry now taking over the front office, taking over the front office of Sacramento. You know, Gentry is Julius Randle's boy. You know what I mean? You know, so you never know what happened if Alvin Gentry said, "Listen, let's get that. Let's see if we can go out to New York, talk about Julius Randle for Harrison Barnes, maybe to give them the 4th pick, blah blah blah, whatever." You know, because you just never know what connections could do. Not saying that's going to happen, but knowing that he got somebody in Sacramento like now Alvin Gentry, who's in the front office now, you know, you just never know. But you know, there's so many scenarios that we can go through. Shaw Powell, and so many, you know, like I mean, you still got the Davises. Well, just say we stay at 11 for now. You know, Johnny Davis. I mean, you got, I don't know if Matrin fall that far. You know, it really, but I do think it might be some moving and shaking tonight. You know what I mean? I don't think the Knicks going to stand packed. I believe something's going to happen. Because here's the reason why I say that. What is the 11th pick going to do for the Knicks right now if we don't move nobody? Even though we're trying to move people, where's that 11th pick going to play in New York right now? That's what I'm Shaw Powell to KD. That's what I'm interested to see, because with the way our roster is presently constructed, some of the guys we not really getting the burn because of all the veterans we got. I know they're trying to move Burks or Noel and all them, but I think it's going to be up or down for me tonight. I just don't think they're going to stay where they at. Shaw Powell. Microphone check.
1 2 1 2.
I definitely believe that, Divine. I think this is the year with all these extra picks that we got, all these second round picks that we have and stuff like that. We can make an opportune adjustment to try to move up from this 11th pick, or to, there's a chance at 4 and there's a chance at 5. If we could get to 4, there's a chance that we could get Ivy. If we move up to 5, there's a chance that I'm moving for Ben Mathurin, so there's a chance that we could also move up to 5. I think Ben is going to go around 5 or 7. Or we could take the pick and move back. You know, it's the good. There's also, if we can't go super high post with the Ivy, we also could move back and try to snatch that. I'm liking the 13th and the 15th pick, and we could get Tyree Eason or Sohan. And we could get Abaji. You know what I mean? Those two guys would fit very well on this team, both defensive minded. Either one of the forwards, I think they're defensive minded. And OG, I like him. I think he's a defensive guy too, man. So, you know, see what happens. Or we stay packed and maybe we fall and get something like it's all going to make a difference of what happens in the first 4 of the picks. And that 5th pick is going to let you know which player is about to drop. You know, I think the top 3 are definitely solid. I think Ivy is the guy that may go 4th or may go 5th. I think he may go 4th or 5th. You know, I'm not sure where he's going to fall, but because I got Keegan, I think Keegan Murray fits better at that 4th pick. But at any rate, it's going to be a wild night just to sit here and watch and see what happens, because this Knicks front office has a lot to prove this year. We haven't done much in any other trades, so this is the year that they can come out and surprise us and make us feel good about ourselves, being New York Knicks fans.
Yeah, real talk. For me, like I said, the players I know that definitely going to top 3. I think Keegan Murray, if they don't trade that 4th pick, Sacramento, I think they're going to take Keegan Murray.
I'm thinking Keegan Murray on that fourth pick,
Yeah, the
man.
reason why I say that they have De'Aaron Fox and
Right,
they don't need Ivy there unless they
right.
at the two. Then so I think that might be a flip flop. But Keegan Murray is the real deal. So I definitely have no problem with him. But just to answer a couple of things in the chat, salute to the chat, and we get at that White Falcon. Kyrie Irving, he's not a free agent unless he opt out. He still got a $37 million deal on the table. If he opt out of that, he becomes a free agent. But as of right now, he's not a free agent while he's still on the book for that $37 million for next year. So he might opt out to get a bigger deal. So that's pretty much it with that question. And I just think that we got to go all in. And Nick 100, I do believe the Knicks, Nick GM 100, salute Knicks, salute the whole chat. I do believe that the Knicks can get something for Randall in 11. Like he said, if Jeremy Grant could get traded for the 25th, the pick for 2025.
What a steal. Oh, my God.
The only difference in that deal with Jeremy Grant and Randall, Julius Randle was signed for $117 million. Jeremy Grant is on expiring, hoping that the Portland Trailblazers extend him. So it's kind of easier to move Jeremy Grant than Randall, because Randall got $117 million on the book, and my man Jeremy Grant in the last year of his $19-20 million deal, then he got to re-up. So yeah, but I do think Randall 11 pick could get us something. I think Randall 11. I think the best deal for me out there is Randall 11. Whoever go to Sacramento for that fourth pick and get Jaden Ivey. I just think that would, and you take back Harrison Barnes. This was so dope about that, KJ? You bring it back Harrison Barnes or whatever. That's an aspiring deal. So you get the money back, and you get Ivy. Now you take that money that you didn't have to that you're gonna get off the books next year. You got RJ extension. You can go sign another a talented free agent, might be in another next year or whatever. But I do think the Knicks can make it happen on Nick 100. It doesn't matter if they're gonna do it, but I do think they got a chance to do it. It doesn't matter if they do it, KJ. But it's interesting, man. I'm not gonna be upset no matter which way the Knicks go tonight. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not gonna put my expectations too high, and I'm not gonna put them too low. I'm not gonna be disappointed if they don't get the fourth. I'm not gonna be disappointed they trade out of the draft. We got a lot of young talent in New York, and right now that means if you're not moving Julius Randle yet, then obviously you might be looking for a player to come in, because the buzz out there to me is either Jaden Ivey or Devontae Murray. If the Devontae Murray thing is legit with him and with Atlanta, him and swapping for John Collins, if I was the Knicks, I would call Popovich in a heartbeat. Listen, what you want for Devontae Murray? I got what you need right here to get you what you want. I got some young talent. We got draft picks. Talk to me. That's what the Knicks should do. You ask me, basically.
Right, and look, this draft right here alone is going to see if these guys are made up for this job. There's a lot of trade scenarios out there. We don't know which way they're going to go. But if the Knicks, they have to strike big. Because if they don't, they're going to hear it from us. And I believe that the new regime is going to do whatever they got to do to make this team a whole different team. Again, they shown in past 2 years that they could draft later on. So even if they draft somebody, they might flip around and say, you know what, pick a player, throw Evan Fournier in there, because we got to figure out a way to get some money right now. We have no money at all. So we know it's some type of deal coming. And I just expect a real big night tonight. And it's going to play a player out there that we're not even expecting, and I believe. Don't forget the free agency market, too. They might swing a deal like last year with Kemba Walker. I said this before. So it's a lot of things out there, guys, and I believe that we're going to make probably have the best draft that we ever had right now.
Yeah, real talk. You know what else is interesting? Because you still I think Frank Montos earlier in a couple. Frank Montos was saying you still got that Portland. Portland still got that 7th pick. They didn't even give up the 7th pick in the Jeremy Grant deal. So that don't mean that Julius Randle can't go to Portland either. If that was the case, I'm not applying that the Knicks should trade him. But that if Julius Randle did want to be out and the Knicks wanted to get him out hypothetically, then you still can go to. I don't have a problem with Jeremy Grant, Julius Randle, Anthony Simon, and Nurkic and Damian Lillard. It's a nice starting 5 right there.
Right.
So that 7th pick is still out there. There's so much going on. You got the Charlotte Hornets looking to dangle 1-8 picks with Gordon Hayward, which my man Chop Howard's been implementing for the last a couple of months ago in the Hayward situation. They talking about trying to get that because they got to sign Miles Bridges. So they trying to find a way to get one of them picks off the books with going to Hayward for them to be able to sign Miles Bridges because they got to be careful because I think somebody else out there. I think Detroit trying to sign him and DeAndre Ayton.
Hey, Devon Shaw, what do you think the New York Knicks direction is right now? Like, if you're in those rooms right now, which direction do you think they want to take this franchise in right now with all the scenarios, the young guys that we have right now, and a way we can get Jordan Howard? Which way do you think that they want to take this franchise right now?
You know what? I'll let y'all get an answer first, and I'll piggyback off. You better my
I
bad.
think the focus for the New York Knicks is to get a team that runs pace. There's a more up and down type of team that can slow it down when they need to, but can speed it up also if they just necessarily need to. I think we're going to make a couple of trades as well. I think we're going to move a couple of these names that we've been talking about for the last couple of months, the Noels, the Burks, maybe we might start talking about D Rose, Kemba. I think some of these things. I think there's been some speculation out there about Evan Fournier. His name is kind of being put in the pot and simmering a little bit. So we may see a different style of Knicks basketball next year. And I hope that we're a more aggressive, fast-paced team. That's what I think. I think they're looking to get studs on the team now. They got some guys that can shoot, but now I think they're going to go for some guys that can also drive to the hole. So I think their focus is more up and down type of game. That 7-second rule or whatever, get it over, get 7 seconds or whatever it is, try to move the ball faster, stuff like that. Couple of passes, shoot the ball. I think that's the focus that they're going on. I don't think they want to go with a more lackadaisical, slow down, post up game, pass the ball to Julius Randle and slow the ball down. I don't think they want to do that this year.
Yeah, I think KJ just answered the question. I think the Knicks are going to want to kind of keep that youth going, but also try to keep that team together where they can get the playoffs. I do think it's almost like you want to develop and be out there. So at the same time, in order to do that, I think they're going to have to move some contracts. I did hear with Noel, Alex Burks, and somebody for the 7th pick in Portland. And knowing that Alex Burks just came off a foot surgery, which he kind of got taken care of right when the season was over. Alex Burks had a foot surgery, and but that was taken care of once the season was over. But they still had him, Noel, and I think the 11th to Portland. I think Portland needed a good off the bench scorer like that, a good defender, which they need. Because we might be down on Alex Burks because of Noel because of injury, not because of what he could do. So if he come back in the next season pretty healthy, and you got a healthy Alex Burks, that's going to help. You got a nice score off the bench in Alex Burks, and then you also got a good backup center in Noel, good defense. But so I do think the Knicks I think they want to kind of go younger, but at the same time be able to compete. I think that's where I'm at with that, KJ. So I would say, I don't want to say I want to say retool. I'll put it like that.
Retool.
I just believe right now that the Knicks, they're playing coy. And what I mean by that is it's a surprise move. I think they want Ivy, but I think that you gotta say they know they're not getting him. So what they're gonna do is just they're gonna throw it. They're gonna just throw it out, throw the bait out there. But it's another guy in there that they really, really want that they ain't nobody talking about right now. And if we trade up to 7 and get them or 5 or 4, it is what it is. That's what it's gonna be.
Yeah, we gotta find a way to figure your echo out, KJ. The echo is really
coming out.
Yeah, big time.
Let me shout. I'll come right back in.
Okay. Yeah, while he forget, let's do a couple of. Let's see who win the shop out. Let's see who out there in the draft for right now. You tell me the guys I like in there, and I'll do the first 14. I won't go to meeting pretty long. Let's just see who out there, man, and get it popping. apologize for that. That was the wrong video. My bad. I apologize for that. I got the echo 2 going on now, so I got to figure that out. But yeah, I wanted to get you. I got the video clip of the guy in the draft, so I'll bring it up and we get into that. But overall, man, I'm excited about what's going on. I think the Knicks will make a move today, whether it's up or down, it remains to be seen. But I do think we will make a move in this draft to bring in somebody. But I think it can't be the 11th if he ain't gonna play in New York, Shot Howard, because the way we probably constructed, what is the 11th pick and where he's gonna play in the Knicks rotation. You know, we heavily got a lot of guys here already. If we don't move nobody, what is this pick gonna do for New York Knicks? What literally can this pick do at the 11th spot? Let's say no matter who you get, if they gonna crack the Knicks rotation the way we probably constructed, it remains to be seen to me.
I just can't wait till the night is over. I can't even say because I see three or four different scenarios that the Knicks should really throw out there, and one of my big things is for me, I think a move back. If we can't get Ivy, I believe if we can't get Ivy, I think that 13th and 15th pick, if we can move back and somehow snatch that up from the Hornets, if we can somehow get those 2 picks, I think and picking someone like a Sohan and Abaji, or Sohan, Tyree and Abaji, I think that's not a bad pickup for this year either. But bringing in those 2 guys really sets a precedence to what we want to do, because if we pick up a power forward in this draft, that's going to definitely show us what they're going to do with a power forward this year. If we pick up anybody like a Sohan, a Tyree East, any of these guys that are power forward 6'10" and better, we're really going to see what's going to happen with between Julius Randle and Obi Toppin real soon in that when trade line comes up. So I want the Knicks to go get Ivy. I think we need a guy to really command and electrify the Garden. And I think as he gets more time, I think he's not going to come in starting. I think he may come off the bench, and we'll see what happens from there. Move up or move down, man, or stay at 11. It's all going to we're all going to find out once the 4th pick is picked. 4th pick is going to be a big pick, because if Ivy is not picked 4th, everything else is going to move down. All the Davises, all the whole line. If Murray goes 4th, Ivy goes down. Then Mathurin goes down. All these guys are going to drop, and it's going to start getting real funky. We may get a player that we thought that we couldn't get at 11, and maybe get him. So let's see what happens tonight. Is going to be real interesting, man. That 4th pick is going to make a big difference. If Sacramento does not pick that 4th pick, everything's going to get funky tonight.
Yeah. You know, it's a pick that we got to keep an eye on at the 8th pick. I still think the New Orleans Pelicans, with Zion coming back.
Yeah, they ain't going to need it.
I don't know if they're going to need that pick, a young guy like that. I think they're ready to go to the next level. Brandon Ingram coming back, Zion there, C.J. McCullough, Valanciunas. I mean, unless they're going to get somebody who can come on that team and win now, I don't know if that's going to make sense. That's another team you got to keep in mind about with that pick, is that 8th pick. It could be interesting. It's going to be a lot of wheeling and dealing tonight. I really believe that, because I just by the tone of the way the season went, the team is looking now to go up there and try to make it happen. It's amazing to have a team that's in the 8th pick, they have the 8th pick of the draft, but then they almost went to the Western Conference Finals or the semis, whatever. So now they done got a taste of the medicine, man. They're gonna be like, listen, we might need to trade that pick to get a win now player. So I think it's gonna be yeah, you're right. A prime example on Nick Hunter. Appreciate that. Like Pelicans trying to get off OG from the Raptors. That's my case, my point right there. They might say, okay, we give y'all the 8th pick and blah 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 for OG Anunoby. I've just got to throw some money in there because he's a player in there to match that. Like Nick 100%. I can see the Pelicans going after that. So I do think that 7th. A lot of the picks ain't safe. I think the 7th pick ain't safe. I don't think the 8th pick is safe. Them teams is like in win now mode. You know what I mean? And I do think they're gonna try to change the picks up, KJ, and go after somebody more ready. And that's why the Knicks got to kind of say, okay, we got Julius Randle, we got Evan Fournier, we got we got Noel, we got Burks, we got Kemba Walker, we got Derrick Rose. Depending on which way they go, they got to try to find a way to make that happen.
Right, and that's why I think the Knicks are in an interesting situation right now. Because just what you just said, the Knicks got a lot of young pieces. We want to build this team. Yeah, we want to build them right now. So, do we keep the young squad and get rid of them? I believe it's 5 people that the Knicks must get. That's on their board right now. And if all else fails, they'll trade away. We'll work through free agency right now. The echo's still there for me?
Yeah, but it's still there.
Yeah, so I apologize, Nick Real Talk family. But I just believe the Knicks got to strike hard. But also, that monotony that we got in the later on in the year, the Knicks have a lot of young pieces. We still got Grimes, we got IQ, we got Sims. I don't want us as Knicks fans to get off the shiny toy and Ivy. We don't know what Ivy is right now, even though he's there. Again, it's one of those things. And we look at our coach. Our coach. For us to get somebody in here that's going to really, really play, what are we going to do? I mean, Ivy's his game changer. If we get away some players, okay, he's going to play. But again, look at some of these other guys like a Johnny Davis. I mean, we keep how much is he really going to play? We need people that's going to impact this team right now. And if we don't get it, the Knicks should trade back and get more assets down the line and get some money. So that's where I'm at as Knicks fans, based on what our coach does. I'm looking at what Tom Tibbs, the way he plays, 8 to 10 man rotation. So we gotta look at that as a whole. So are we breaking some of the team up? Or are we keeping some of these young guys together? It's a lot of different scenarios. And we don't have any money right now. So I'm really interested to see what this new regime is going to do. And if they do a good job, these guys might get executives of the year.
Yeah. Well, you know what, man? They got an opportunity, to be honest with you, because you know what, to me, if you trade back, I'm gonna tell you, the 2023 draft is lit. That draft, like I heard, will be nice. So the Knicks could trade out. Trade out, trade down, trade out. Say, I'll give this team this. You give me the 2023. We roll with the youngsters that we got, and we take it from there. That could be one of the scenarios. But I think I would love to see them either move up, move down, or move out. Because I do think that we got enough young pieces. Now we got 8 guys down there, literally under 25 years old. And we got a young team down there. You take away some of the flex we got, we probably one of the youngest teams in the league. So but I do think here's another interesting scenario I heard. There's a lot of people in the Knicks front office that's high on Shannon Sharp.
I heard you must right here, Divine. Right here.
That's a skywalking. He's another type of jumping brother. You know what I mean? So they can move up to get him if they can't get a lot of them other guys. But are they going to come in and play right now, ready to play? I don't think so. But not the way we presently constructed. But he's a talent. You know what I mean? That's why I said we ain't getting Jaden Ivey and a lot of them other guys. Man, we got, like I said, you get a 6'6" guy, we got Grimes there. We got a lot of guards. We got about 6 guards in New York. You know what I mean? You count Quickly, Grimes, Quickly, Grimes, McBride, and RJ. You play the guard spot. You still got Derrick Rose there. You know what I mean? So I think we're pretty stacked there, but we do some wheeling and dealing. I think we'll be all right. But in chat, man, who you guys want to draft? Talk to me, man. Hit me up. Let me know what's up, man. Who y'all guys like in the draft, literally? Who do y'all want the next pick in the draft? The chat, whatever, throw it up and hit me up, man. Let me know.
And to pick it back off of you, Divine, like you were saying, the guys from 4 down, let's say 4 down, after 4, the Ivies, the Sharps, AJ, the Dysons, the Davises, Benz, the Dangs, the Williams, they all are about 6'5", and they all have some of the same common denominators. They all have either they could play a little bit of defense, or they could shoot well, or they could break the team down, or they could drive the ball. They all kind of have somewhat with what, whereas one is lacking, the other one that you named has that skill. So I understand what you say when you talk about there are a lot of similarities in these guys, and I also heard about Sharp. You know, what I mean, there was some things out there thrown out there about Sharp. He's going to, I believe, and he hasn't played a college game or anything like that, but I believe he's going to be in the top 10. I think he's going to be in the top 10, and I kind of even moved up Dang, the guy Agi Dang, or I forgot how to pronounce his name. I believe he might can crack the top 10 too, man. There's a couple of guys that I moved around on my board that I have here that I didn't have too, and another name that's out there that's that I think he may have a little bit of, his name has been put out there in the last couple of weeks or so. This guy from Santa Clara, Williams. You know what I mean? This guy is about that same thing, about a 6'5" bully ball type of type of guard that can shoot. He can control the game. He can pass. He can rebound. That's another guy that may be a sleeper. I believe he may. I on my top 5 board. He made it onto my top 5 board. He's number 5. And watching him and doing some research on him and watching some of his games this year, he's a pretty interesting guy, man. So this is going to be exciting. They say that this draft is not it's an okay draft. It's not as big as it was last year, but you do have some guys in here that we probably will be mentioning in years to come, man, that could probably be some of our after some of our veteran guys retire this year. These guys may be some of the guys that step up in the years to come, and I think this draft has a lot of guys that are about those wing style guys that the new NBA is coming into this new year. So let's see what happens.
Yeah, real quick. Let me get into what we could talk about that. Let me throw these guys up here, man. Y'all check out the guys I'm throwing up there, and y'all tell me what y'all think. There's one of them in there is intriguing to me, and I'll get to them when we get back in here. But here goes some of the guys that's gonna be in the first round. That's gonna be going possibly up and down the board. Let's check out their game, check out what they do. And we come back on the other side and talk about it, man. Here we go, real talk.
There, I mean, off the bounce, the 3 right there, Smith, and he had all types of time. Defensive end.
Like right there's that little flex screen they like to run, a little bump on the bench.
Chet Holmgren, he impacts the game in a variety. It's just a complete mismatch there. I mean, you can't have Alex Barcelo. And if Alex Barcelo, you're expecting help, nobody helped. So when he turned...
Glass was an area, and obviously they're bigger than Army is, but the glass was a real issue the other night.
6'10", 250, filling the lane.
Really put on the gas here and blow past Army. Bankero! Stuff!
The lob to Keegan on the fly.
Length on the ball, poking the ball free from Patrick McCaffrey.
Bohannon throwing it ahead, and Keegan Murray tearing the rim off. The 3 in the Sweet 16. Ivy's going to launch, and he buries it.
Screens here, and then he just puts it on the floor on a long closeout. He is so dangerous because he's explosive.
First.
I mean, look at this cut. Look at this. Boom.
Moore throws it in. Griffin lets it go. Griffin again, a hard drive. Banks on the timer. Straight away, Griffin.
I said in the open he's good for 1 slam per game. This one put his hands on it. Who's on? The switch, the drive.
He was excited. 18 years old from Australia.
Goes for the jam. Daniel says, not today. Ignite leads 67-65.
Made a name for himself this first month of the season with plays like this.
Absolutely, just following that.
Body, Ben. Wow, did he cock that one back.
And now here's a mistake right here on a pick and roll coverage.
Avery and want to.
Yeah, man, there's a couple of guys got the wrong video in there. I have one with the theme music and everything. I had to get back into it. But, man, I tell you what, that's just the top, to me, like some of the 5 or 6 players that's there, KJ. And I just think that, man, no matter where you go, you're going to get some talent there. It's just all about what the Knicks going to do, what they want to do. I would love to see them catch Sky up, man, and get Jaden Ivey. I'm going to hold on to that. Sometimes when you see talent, you see talent. And I just think that young man is talented. I mean, he's like, to me, a taller Ja Morant. Taller. You know what I mean? His 3-ball got better through the course of the college year. Shot like 35, 36%. But I think he's the one that can come in here. You ain't getting Bankero. You're not getting Chet Holmgren. You're not getting Jabari Smith. But I do think if you pick 4th, you starting on the Knicks. You ain't picking 4th to sit no bench. So, because RJ went 3. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, you pick 4th. To me, anything between 4th and 7th, you got a chance to start. So I do like the Dyson Daniel thing is interesting to me. 6'8", like Nick 100 was saying, but I like the 6'8" size he has. The cat can get up in the G League at night. He can get up. He does his thing. He's another interesting prospect out there. All the other ones, all of them 6'5", 6'4", 6'3". Yeah, I don't know, man, because we got a lot of guys there like that. Look, we're gonna move some people.
Man, the highlights look great. I love it.
They will.
But I tell you, it has to be one play, and I've been saying it. Whatever we can do to get this man Ivy, if not, we just do what we need to do. Because we have enough guards as it is, and we're still developing these guys. Like McBride didn't play a lot last year. I expect the year for McBride. So again, if we go ahead and get a guard, like only guard I see that we get Ivy. But everybody else, we got players already that's here. So let's keep what we got and to get more later on for another 2023, 2024. So my whole thing is, fellas, it's a 50-50. We don't know who's going to pan out, who's going to be a bust. We don't know, but we like what we see. We like what we see in these highlights. So, again, Knicks, if we can get Ivy, let's go for it. If not, and again, it's somebody out there that we're not paying attention to. Brock Aller, they shown the Knicks talent staff, the Knicks regime has shown that they can find second-round talent in the first round. First-round talent in the second round. So, 1 through 11, don't forget we got the 42nd pick too. I don't care who we pick at. I believe whoever we do get is going to be very talented. It's going to help this franchise out.
Yeah, real talk. I believe that as well, man. So that I'm intrigued. What makes me feel good knowing that we got Walt Perry and Scott Perry. They guys have a good eye for talent. First of all, them guys got a good eye for talent. So I'm really excited. I think we're going to come out all right. I really do. No matter what the Knicks do, I'm confident that Walt Perry, Scott Perry, and all them guys going to make the best decision as possible for the Knicks. I think they got a good eye for talent. And ever since these guys came along, they haven't failed us yet. You think about last year's draft, Sim, Grimes, Rokas. The year before that, we top of the manual quickly. The year before that, I think what RJ them? Am I right? Or am I one down before that? But anyway, he was there. They didn't know the year before that, whatever they had, Mitchell Robinson. They did good, but they're pretty good and they're solid in that draft ever since Scott Perry came along. And then with the emergence of Walt Perry, I'm just like, I'm comfortable. I'm comfortable that they got a good eye for talent there. They got a lot of good advanced scouts in New York now, and that's what I'm so happy about this regime, because they went and built the front office. You know what I mean? Salute my man 19 Com, my brother. Salute to the chat. Salute everybody up in there, man. Y'all got it popping. You already know. But it's a lot of things going on. Here's another thing that's interesting. We got enough talent that makes them deal. So the Knicks shouldn't rest on their laurels. We got some veterans we can move. We got some picks we can move, and we got some players we can move. If somebody out there can literally help this franchise and change the course of it, you got to make that move. You just got to take somebody. You know what I mean? Because I think the Knicks fans are starving for that one guard. Because you think about it right now, if it ain't Emmanuel quickly, who's that point guard going to win in New York? So that's why I really want even though he's not a point guard, but he's a combo. That's why I want Ivy so much. I think Ivy and IQ in the backcourt, you don't need a point guard. They both got skills like that. You know what I mean? I just think that you have to find a way to get that young man here. If you don't get him, so be it. But all the other guys, I just know that we need to go for that. I like like 100 said, we need some. I want to go for somebody 6'10", 6'9", 6'10", stretch this. I like my man from Kansas. I just think they got some good stuff going on, man. I really want to see the Knicks do a shop out, because we got a chance for one night to make our friend. I say, you know what, man, we feel good like we felt last year. And we think about it, we picked down in the 20s last year. We are literally in the top 14 in the NBA draft. We got to make this shit count, bro. You know what I mean? We got to make it count. I don't know who it's going to be, but we got to make this pick count due to the fact we in the 11th spot. That 11th spot could either be top, going up top, or that thing could be going back down. But the Knicks need to capitalize off the 11th pick, and I think they will.
I've been saying this, and I'm going to say it again, man. This is the best soap opera I've been watching for these last couple of days, seeing all these caveats coming in, who could be this, how we can move this, what we're going to do. And the one thing that I can say this year is I'm confident on the front office and Brock Aller, where he can will and deal trade back and still retain some picks and trade back again and pick a great player and still get another pick from it and stuff like that. So I hope this is the year that we move forward instead of moving back. I hope we can try to get to that 4th or 5th pick or something like that, man. I think we need one of those, real dog-like, exciting players here in New York that could probably really bring it. Or if Brock Island, if their eyes is on, it all depends. I'm telling you, man, this who we pick in this draft is going to let us know how we're going to move forward, because right now the Knicks front office has been so tight-lipped, man, and we need to know which way we're going with it, man. So I'm happy for tonight, man. I'm excited.
They shot Devon. That's the fun part, because again, only the New York Knicks know who they really worked out.
Right.
So
right.
It might not be. It could be Mathurin. It could be Keegan Murray. Their guy. We don't know. And say, you know what? We want the Nick Real Talk family and everybody on the Knicks podcast to think this is who we want, but it may be somebody else. And that's the way this Knicks team has been moving. They've been moving like this for the past, since they've been here the last 2 years. They've been moving like this. So I just believe that they're going to surprise us with something this year, and they have to, because we deserve it as a fan base. And they know they dropped the ball last year by getting Kemba Walker and Evan Fournier in here running our guard position. Now, when it was 5-1, it worked out, but it just didn't work out. We can't go back with that same thing. So again, that's what I think is going to happen tonight, fellas.
And sorry, Divine, one quick thing. They definitely have to do something tonight, because they're going to be in New York. Even though they're going to be in Brooklyn, they're still going to be in New York. And I'm pretty sure there's going to be a lot of New York. Ain't they going to be at the Barclays tonight?
Barclays.
Yeah. So they're going to have some New York attention up in there tonight. So if we don't do something at that 11th pick, you're going to hear a whole lot of boos tonight.
Yeah. Well, you know what it is? Real bad boy moving silence. That's the Knicks.
That's true.
Real bad boy moving silence. You know why? You don't want the next man. You don't want nobody to know what your next chess move is. You ain't putting that out there. Right. You keep, you be quiet. You just keep it on the down low. And as soon as they think you're gonna pop, you pop. And I just think that, listen, I done seen Leon Rose, I done seen Worldwide West, Scott Perry, and them at all the combines. I seen them sitting right next to Sacramento when Jaden Ivey was working out, sitting right next to him. Okay, here goes Sacramento, here goes Leon Rose, here goes my man Jaden Ivey on the court putting in work. They ain't there for nothing. You know what I mean? They ain't coming in to okay, I just want to see how good the guy don't think they're going to get him. You there for a reason. You know what I mean? And like I said, with Alvin Gentry now being in the front office with Sacramento, knowing he's a Julius Randle boy, that's his boy. When he got drafted in the league, Alvin Gentry was around the Lakers then. Then he was. Remember when he was in New Orleans, Alvin Gentry was in New Orleans with Julius Randle, with Anthony Davis now. So it's a lot of connections there. You know what I mean? So not saying that's going to be the reason why it's going to happen, but the Knicks said I could move Julius Randle over to Sacramento for Harrison Barnes, the 4th pick. I'll give you Julius Randle, the 11th. I'll give you next year's pick. Sacramento, you don't tell me they won't bite on something like that?
Hell, I would bite on that. Say it again, Divine. Let's bring that into fruition.
Harrison Barnes in the 4th for Julius Randle, this year's 11th, and next year's pick. I don't give a crap. If you can get the 4th, go get that boy. We got Jaden Ivey, R.J. Barrett, Obi Toppin, and electrifying the Garden for the next 10 years.
Hey,
you got to make that happen, bro.
Devon Shaw, I would throw in a 42nd pick with it too.
Yeah,
throwing that 42.
Facts.
Because it's like if you sitting on them picks for what, and then we got all these other 8 players that we got. If we got throw that 42 in with a Randall, and we build, because again, that's gonna take a lot of money away. We got to either Randall. I'm gonna predict this right now. I'm gonna make a bold prediction right now. It's either Randall or Fournier is going to be going tonight.
Wow.
Because we need the money.
Right. And you know that Fournier thing. Boston, I think Cash I put in there earlier that they talk about giving Burks, I think it was Burks somebody for the 2023 first round, which would be low, but that class next year going to be lit too. So, but yeah, and they were talking about using that that TPE that they got in the trade section with Fournier. They were talking about using that with the Alex Burks situation. But I think the two things I think can go down possibly is Alex Burks Noel in 11th for the 7th. I think that's a possibility to Portland. I do think that you can do the Julius Randle thing. Not saying it's going to happen, guys. I'm only just putting together ideas. I don't know if it's going to happen. This is I'm just just playing devil's advocate here. But I have no problem with that, man. Doing it, and I think that Burks thing though could be legit. Can you imagine if Boston had Burks coming off the bench against Golden State in the playoffs? They had what was the difference? More offense. They need an offense in Boston this year to beat the Golden State Warriors. The defense was both 1 and 2. The difference was Golden State offense was better. But I think Alex Burks would have made a difference in Boston this year because that cat's a spark plug. You know what I mean? I don't think nobody on that Boston bench better than Alex Burks when it comes to shooting and scoring. So I think they would. So that's gonna be an interesting thing to see if you can get Alex Burks $10 million off the books and do that thing and get that first back for Boston. I'll roll with that.
Yeah, so we would get the first. We would get the 2023 from Boston, right? We would get that. That's what it is, right?
Yeah, correct. Yo, salute to the chat, man. Reynaldi, my brother, salute, man. That's a wise brother right there. Appreciate you coming in, man. Real talk, the whole chat, man. Y'all up in here. That's draft night. Knicks Real Talk. Me, Shaw, KJ. We got the coach in the building. We about to get it pop because he got to go coach in a few. You got to take care of the AAU part of the thing, but he here with us. My man KJ in the building with us, man. The Knicks conglomerate, we here, man. We talking draft. We excited. We aim like we out here on some high medicine. I don't know. I am. But I'm excited though, man. I'm excited about it all, man. Real talk, man. Let's hope the Knicks, and then not only on top of that, look at all the buzz, the Devontae Murray stuff out there. The oh my God, Kyrie out there. Kevin Durant not happy because he might think that I'm not sure I want to be in Brooklyn.
Jalen Brunson.
Yeah, Jalen Brunson. Now, y'all can keep the Brogdon stuff. I'm glad Knicks turned that down. We don't need Malcolm Brogdon for that 11th pick. We ain't doing that. You kick rocks. You know what I mean?
You wouldn't want that Devontae shot?
No. That man injured so much. I mean, you mother just nah. So he get hit, might get hurt. Listen, we need to swing for the fences because I just don't think we need to have no mouth. I don't really just don't want no secondhand, broken down play. I'm tired of that, man. You know what? Think about this here, guys. Real talk. Oladipo, Miles Turner, Sabonis, all them guys, they still didn't get nowhere. See, that's my thing. So we're gonna bring in players who was on these teams that would have been better. Man, keep holding on to that side, bro. I know, man. My man is crazy. You know what? You never know. And they might say, "Listen, Kyrie going out there, and let's hope that." But listen, man, I'm excited about it, man. That I think we can do some wheeling and dealing, though.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna come out on top, for real talk, but. All depends if you give up all them old guys we got for Westbrook. Fuck it, well, hey, we're gonna bring us back some good stuff.
Hey, Divine and Shaw. We always joke with the Russell Westbrook thing, but again, we gotta free up some money right now, especially if we talking about giving Mitch an extension. Unless we go into luxury tax, that's what a lot of them better teams are doing. They go into luxury tax, and it is what it is. Like Golden State, it is what it is. But we need to free up some money, and my two guys is either obviously Burks and Noel, but the big fish, either Julius or Fournier. And again, it could be a chance we could keep Julius, but it's how the Knicks want to play. We don't need Julius Randle bringing the ball up no more. I know I don't want to see it basketball like that anymore. Of him holding the ball, bringing it, because at the end of the year, 15, 20 games, we seen the Knicks offense and where they could look. We seen a better Obi Toppin. They throw it, they kick it. We seen that, and we want more of that. So we just need more of that. So again, he's out with the old, in with the new on this one.
Yeah, you know what? I think JW that Shannon Sharp thing is got a lot of legs to that. It really does. Yeah, we know Mitch come back. I'm happy about that. Mitch will be in the building. Salute to Mitchell Robinson. He's gonna be back per Mark Stein. That the Knicks are definitely talking about extending Mitch, and I think they will. Yeah, you're right, Reynaldi. No doubt about it, man. But that's I'm on that boy bandwagon. I'm telling you right now. I just think that boy is box office in New York. Him and Obi Toppin. I mean, you talk about a man and R.J. Barrett, Mitchell Robinson at the 5. I have no problem with Jaden Ivey. If it's quickly, I don't care if you had to put Obi at the 3 or Randall has lost so much weight he can play the 3. Obi at the 4, Mitchell Robinson. That's a nice, athletic, squad and they can get down. I just think that's the way to go, man. Real talk, guys. And but you know, Shannon Sharp is out there, the matches of the world. I don't know if we're gonna. I love Shohan and them. It all depends what they do with Julius Randle, because we definitely got to move Alex Burks. We got to move Noel. We got to move Kemba. At least them three. If you at least got to move them three to make this draft pick count for us, because if you don't move any of them players, that pick is not gonna play. I just don't think he's gonna play. So we gotta hope that the Knicks do some wheeling and dealing tonight, and we get it popping, man. And I just do think that they will make it happen. Now that I got the fresh video up there, the right one, let you cats get this thing in, man. Let me know what y'all think, man. I got some good brothers up in this thing, man. Y'all gotta get it popping. Let me know what y'all think, and I get back at y'all on the other side, man. The brothers take a break. Yeah, man, there's just a few of the guys that we think gonna be in the top 30, man. But I'm inside some good talent down there. We just got to get some of them. We got to get some of them, make it happen, and get one of them good guys, man, and develop them, put them in that organization, shop out, and let's take it from there, man. But I'm excited about what's in there. I just hope we can get the one that we need. That's real talk.
There are some players in here, like I said earlier, man, that we're going to be talking about in the years to come, man. There's some I see it, they're all in that range of 6'5" to 6'7". You know, we got a couple of power forwards in this class too. But them wings that we're talking about, those 6'5" to 6'7" guys, man, there's a whole lot of them, man. And I believe we'll be talking about a couple of those guys in the near future.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, real talk, KJ, man. You know what? For me, like I said, I'm gonna stick to it. I know I'm beating a dead horse, but I want Jaden. Okay. Word of God, I want Jaden Ivey. Y'all know what to tell y'all. But other than that, man, there's some good dudes in there, man. There's some really good talent in there. I don't think you're gonna go wrong from the top 14. I think you can make it in the top 4 and get a good guy. And everything else going to be, maybe they're going to be rotation players or whatever the case may be, where they're going to be sent down to the G League. But Grimes cracked the Knicks least NBA roster at the 25th pick. Quickly cracked it at the 25th pick. Quickly made backup 2 guard all year last year. Obi Toppin was the 8th pick, whatever. He played backup power forward all last year. So it's possible that you might get a guy in there, but at the same time, look at what happened to Deuce McBride. You know what I mean?
Right.
That burn. And so it's kind of crazy that, what is this young guy going to do for us that we draft, man? What do you think?
Right. And you got to speak it into existence. You have to. Again, you mentioned Deuce McBride, who I believe has the best defense on the New York Knicks. And he started getting shot towards the end of the year when we're like, man, you could put him halfway in the season. He might have helped this New York Knicks team when Steve Rose went down. We said this before. Again, imagine how good you really have to be to play in the NBA. So I want to salute to all the NBA players, the 60 guys that do make it, to keep your spot. Because, again, to make it into this league, it's not just playing basketball. They do a whole internal investigation on you. They want to know about your background, your neighbor, everything. So salute to the guys that are going to make it tonight. But, again, Devon and Shaw, the one guy, we don't get Jordan Ivey. The one guy I do want, I want Johnny Davis. And here's why I want Johnny Davis. I have never seen someone before they play their first NBA game have a Taco Bell, a commercial period, let alone Taco Bell. I've never seen that ever. To have a word in Taco Bell, and that's saying something to me. So I'm like, you know what? The business mind, something there, give me that young man. And we could use a nice wing like that. So I'll take him at small forward as a constellation to Ivy.
Hey, Keith Turner, you put me on the spot with that one, bro. Oh my God, you put me on the spot. You know what? And I'm with Obi because it's sentimental and I think what he can be. But man, Jalen Ivey gonna be the real deal, bro.
I answer that one for Keith.
Yeah.
Sean, I'm sorry, go ahead of you. Absolutely. I'm taking Ivy because the reason why, because they play 2 different positions.
Yeah.
They play 2 different positions, right? We know what Obi is right now. He's getting better. But in the next, and I can throw it back at him. In the next 5 years, I can say who could got a potential to be a potential all-star. Is it Ivy or Obi Toppin? And I'm in the position that Ivy plays, I'm going with Ivy right now. That could be an elite point guard for years to come. So
yeah,
that was easy.
Yeah, Keith, I definitely got to go with Ivy, man. That was just a sentimental thing for me. So, but Ivy can literally, to me, be almost a game changer in New York. I mean, I just think we haven't had nobody at that position in New York Knicks franchise in a long time. At that position in New York. Think about this here, and I know you guys been around as long as we have. Think about the last time we had a player like Ivy. Granted, if he reaches potential, if he do what he do, and he bring it to the NBA and do what he do. Think about the last time somebody in New York we had a player like that in New York at that spot.
Stephon Marbury, maybe.
Yeah, right. There you go.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
That's why I'm so intrigued with him, man, because I just think that he can really be a game changer. But other than that, I'm on the Devontae Murray train. We need to get that out there because his name been out there. It's a lot. It's just so much stuff out there, guys. It's pretty much you got to keep your ears to the ground 24/7. But it's a lot of possibilities. I do think the Knicks, if they don't move up, I think they move down. I just don't. Unless they see something we don't see, but I do think they're going to do some wheeling dealing. I don't think Alex Burks will be on the roster next year. I don't think Nerlens Noel will be on the roster next year. I don't think Kemba Walker will be on the roster next year for sure. Evan Fournier is a 50-50 to me. But I think them 3 definitely, that $30 million will be gone. Whether they think they're going to try to get Brunson, I don't know. But I don't think they're going to keep that.
And if we're looking to get Brunson, we cannot trade the 23 Maverick pick next year. I'm just gonna put that out there too. If we trying to go after Brunson, we have to retain that 23 pick because we may get that 23 pick next year into maybe the top 15. Because I believe if Brunson leaves the Mavs, I think they're gonna fall back a little bit. They may not be as high as they were this year. They may be a play-in team instead of a number 2 team or 3 team in the league.
Right. Real quick, let me I need to ask the wise man something. He really let me ask you, Ray Analogy, real quick. because I do think it's easy to get power forwards. Do you think? I know, and I think IQ can be the starting point guard in New York. I really believe it. I think it's IQ's job to lose. But do you think that it's easier to get a power forward than it is to get a point guard? You know what I mean? So I think it's kind of like a wing-driven league, and I think you can get 6'9", 6'10" guys that they come a dime a dozen. I just think for the New York Knicks, I'm concerned about. We just haven't had a guy at that position in years, man. And and that's been our Achilles heel. Because I think we got to get somebody who's going to bring out the best in Mitchell Robinson. Who's going to bring out the best in R.J. Barrett. Who's going to bring out the best in even if Obi Toppin's still here. We need somebody that's going to bring the best out of them guys. You know what I mean? Because them guys need somebody to get them the ball. You know what I mean? Like Mitch. I think people undervalue Mitch because we don't ever have a good point guard. We don't have a guy who can see Mitch in the post with a mismatch and throw it to him. Sometimes Mitch get a mismatch and they don't even know they with a guard on him. Hypothetically. So I mean, I'm just hoping that if it's quickly, that's fine. But I just think we got to find some cats who can find these like Julius Randle, the RJ, the Obies. We need a guy who can find them in the right spots and run that offense. And that's why I kind of I thought about that. But I don't want to trade Obi Toppin. That's my man. I think Obi Toppin is going to be box office. People don't forget the man only been in the league 2 years. You know what I mean? So it's hard for me to give up on Obi Toppin because he's been in the league 2 years and he got talent. He's talent, man. I think you just starting to see it come out of him when Randall sat last year. Every time Obi Toppin play a certain amount of minutes, like 20, 30, whatever, the man averaged 20 points a game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's definitely interesting to see, man. But KJ, my brother, coach, go do your thing, man. I appreciate you chopping in, brother, all the time, man. You know what I'm saying? And be safe out there. Enjoy that draft tonight, brother. And we probably hop right back on tomorrow night to see what the aftermath going to be like.
Okay.
And everything, my brother. Be good, man. Last words.
Yeah, salute my guys. Let's hope. Hey, I'm gonna tell you one thing. We may be hopping back on tonight. Hey, John, I'll tell you one thing. I'm telling you, if we get Ivy, we jumping back on tonight. I gotta throw it out there, Devon. We get Ivy, we gotta throw it back on tonight. But
okay.
Salute to everybody. Y'all be safe. Let's get ready. Salute to you. Nick Real Talk Fam. Like, share, subscribe. Peace.
Peace, KJ.
Peace.
Okay, Parrish, I got you. Yeah, I did. I agree with you on that. I just thought that maybe with him and quickly as a combo guard, they got enough. They got enough to get it done. But I understand where you come from. He's not a point guard, but I just think that he's so talented. You know what I mean? And I think that's what I'm banking on. I would love to see him in IQ in the backcourt. No question about it. I mean, you got one guy who's a deadly 3-point shooter when and I think the game gonna go to another level this year. And I think Ivy I think he could be a game changer in New York, man. I just think we haven't had nobody that dynamic and who can get to the bucket like that. See, because here's the thing that I like about Ivy compared to a lot of things. We got a jump shooting team. You know what I mean? Other than R.J. Barrett, Shot Powell, we got a jump shooting team. They're jump shooters. We need guys who can get down the hole, get to the drive. Yeah, and that's why I like Ivy because he gets downhill. And you think about it, the Knicks as a team shot 40% from the 2-point area this year. That's abysmal. I mean, Randall shot like 40%. RJ shot 40%. I mean, the only ones that had decent shooting percentage in the 2-point area was Mitchell Robinson and Obi Toppin because they're not 3-point shooters. So our team was pretty. That's why we need guys like who can go down the hill. So when the jump shot not rocking, you can go down there and get buckets like RJ. And that's why I like the guys like Ivy and them guys. I think they multi-dimensional. And I think in about 2 years from now, he's gonna be real good, especially under the tutelage of the guy that we got there. So it's gonna be remain to see. It's a lot of good talent though, man. It really is a lot of good talent. Salute to the chat, y'all cats is wide. Y'all got it popping, man. Y'all keep it coming, man. But you know what? It's interesting, man. It's some dope. Hey, man, listen. Y'all can't tell me who y'all want because there's some good dudes out there, man. Shot Powell. This is some good guys in the draft. Now I think the Knicks either way it go, they're gonna be all right though.
Facts. I like I said, if we move up, I see the options at 4 for Ivy. If we move up to 5, I see an option for me to move up for Mathurin, Ben Mathurin. If we stay at 11, there's some rumors out there about the Davis or AJ. If we move back, I believe if we can snatch up, I keep saying this, the 13th and the 15th pick, we go look for Abaji and maybe Sohan or Eason. For all of those last trades that I said, it all depends on how we move and what we move. In the in this draft, because I don't believe we'll pick up Sohan or Eason if we still have Julius Randle and Obi Toppin. So I it's going to be very interesting, man. I'm hoping that the Knicks this year come out and make a splash, or it's all going to depend on who's the fourth pick, man. My. Did you make a list? You're like your top 15, Divine?
Yeah, mine was Jabari at number 1. I had Chet Holmgren at number 2. I had Bonchero going to Houston at 3. I had Keegan Murray going to Sacramento.
Me too.
I had Ivy going to Detroit.
Me too.
I don't think that Sacramento needed Ivy because of Davion Mitchell and
exactly
and my man Fox. So I thought they might be swinging towards more of the small forward thing, just as a case when Harrison Barnes is out of here, they got Keegan Murray to put him in there, keep him moving.
I'm right with you, Divine.
I was looking at I think it was Shannon Sharp. Shannon Sharp.
Man, Divine, come on, Divine. That's me.
Then I had Maturin.
Right, I got damn. Come on, Divine. Oh, let's see who you got for New Orleans.
Yeah, I had my man Dyson Daniels at 8 going. I had him going there.
All right, I didn't have. We got close. I have AJ Griffin for New Orleans.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and then I had who I had at the ninth was what's my man Johnny Davis. I had Johnny Davis moving up to the next spot, and then I had AJ Griffin at 10, and I thought that my man Malachi would drop to 11 to the Knicks. Beat him. I think it's from Ohio State. That was I had him going there. Then I had Mark Williams at I think it was 12th. Jalen Doran at 13th. I had what's my man out of you got a weird name Ogie Dang.
Mm-hmm.
And 14th pick. That was my top 14 right there.
I got almost similar to you, Divine. I got Smith, Holmgren, Paolo. I think Keegan is a big. I think Sacramento may pick Keegan. I think Sacramento is going to keep their pick and kick Keegan. I think Detroit and another backslide, if I'm not mistaken. He played for Purdue, which is in Detroit too. So, no, that's the Pacers. I'm sorry, but I got Detroit picking Ivy. I got Pacers picking Sharp. I got the Blazers possibly picking Ben Mathurin. I got New Orleans picking AJ Griffin. I got Sacramento. The Suns. The Spurs picking Dyson Daniels. I got Johnny Davis going to Washington. I got us, and this is a sleeper. That's my pick because I think all of these guys are going, and a guy out there I think that we could get, and I think he might be a great fit if we keep the 11th pick. What's Williams, Jay Williams for Santa Cruz. I think that could be I think that could be a good pick for us. Then I got Dang at OKC. I got Mark Williams going to Charlotte. Malik going to Cleveland. I got Abaji going to Charlotte. Atlanta, Tata going to Atlanta, and Houston. I got Tyree Eason.
Man, let me tell you something. I'm gonna tell you, I think Abaji gonna be the one. If the Knicks take anybody at 11, here's why I think the Knicks will take him at 11.
I wish they would.
Tell you why. 4 years.
Yep.
He was in school 4 years. That's what Scott. Think about all the people Scott Perry to be picking. A lot of them players stay in school 4 years.
I like Abaji.
So Abaji, I think he'd be good to go. Johnny Davis, a professor. Yeah, that is interesting, right? He made a Taco Bell commercial. Man, listen. But he nice though, man. He played both sides of the ball. He's a good defender. I like Johnny Davis. I really do. I think he's special, man. But you know what? JW, I'm on you with that 7th pick thing, man.
Salute out to Lee. Salute.
Yeah, that's a real talk.
Good to see you.
The Knicks can get that 7th. I think the 4 is pushing it, but I think we got enough assets to get any of them. It all depends how much the Knicks want to give up.
Right.
It all depends on what the Knicks want to give up. We got the assets and the amount of picks to get anybody. I just think that what do the Knicks want to give up to get to where they got to go? That would be my trepidation. Like, if you're willing to give up the 11th, the 42nd, and next year's 2023 Dallas pick, along with a player or two, I think you can go way up to 4. I just think that it all depends if the asking price is too much and what are the Knicks willing to give up to get to that level? Yeah, salute, nice, my brother. Salute, man. Salute to the whole chat, man. Y'all got it popping, y'all on fire. We almost 2 hours, some minutes away, man. Hey, you right, Parrish, John Starks. Yeah, absolutely, that's a great comparison right there. But it's interesting, man, because you know what it is? There's a lot of will and dealing going on because we heard a lot of speculation out there. You know what's interesting to me that I heard out there that the Oklahoma City Thunder trying to move up to the 2 and the 4 to get Jaden Ivey and Chet Holmgren.
There's a couple of them too.
Man, listen. Chet Holmgren, you already got Josh Giddey, you already got Terrence Mann, you already got all the and you go out there trying to get Jaden Ivey. If they pull that off, my man is Presti, the second of the year.
Hey, watch this too, Devon. I also said don't sleep on San Antonio. Train up all those picks that they got. I think they got 3 picks to move up. I think they may like a Keegan Murray too if they could get to Sacramento. You know, you give Sacramento those 3 first-round picks and move up there and get that Keegan Murray. That wouldn't be a bad pick for San Antonio as well.
JW, I hope you can bring that into fruition. JW said, listen, trust me, that 7th pick is already in the bag. Man, they speak that into existence, brother, because I know we get somebody that's going to be ready to play. And that's why I like Abaji, because he 4-year college, Kansas. I think he'll come in New York and get a chance to play. And like the professor said, you can move RJ back to the 2. I think the key for the Knicks is try to get that Fournier thing done and a couple of them other guys. Then that open up that 3 spot.
Facts.
You know, over the 2 and the 3 spot. And I think we can, and then you get Burks them out of there. You get Noel out of there. Burks, at least Fournier and Kimber. Man, we have some good spots in there to get one of these young men to come in and get it popping. So I really want to see how this thing going to turn out, man. Yeah, you're right. Nice. That's what they try to do because I'm telling you, what they got down there as a predator, they still got SGA. You know what I mean? So you got Josh Giddey, Ivy, Chet Holmgren, and they still got Pokacheski. He's another type cat can get it. Nice game. They got Lou Dort, whatever. They did it. He did a good rebuild there. You got to give him his flowers, man. He got rid of all them contracts. Harden, Durant, Westbrook, Horford, Kimber. And he turned that thing around. Got all the young boys, man, in there. And look what they got a nice thing going on down there. So that's going to be a team you got to watch out there tonight because I do think they might make some moves to get where they got to go. But for the Knicks, JW, I'm with you on that 7th man. They could find a way to get that Portland thing done. It'll be with Alex Burks and Noel in 11th for the 7th. You got to make that happen. You getting rid of 2 cats, and you can bring back a bad contract where you don't even got to play, whatever. But you're getting the 7th pick. You're getting rid of $20 million, which is nice, and you're freeing up almost 2 roster spots. So I love to see them make that happen, man. I really do. I think that'd be nice if they could get that 7th pick popping, JW. I think that'd be awesome. He said, Cash, I said, Devon, if you could take a guess right now, who do you think we draft? Woo! I'm going to go out on a limb and cash out. If it's not Jaden Ivey or with that 7th pick, I'm going to have to say Mathurin. I think they might trade down. I'll put it that way. I think they might trade down. Yeah. Salute Akuma. He said the Timberwolves could trade D'Angelo Russell as soon as Snipe reports. Wow. That's wild. Yeah, that would be me right there. Go ahead, bro.
D'Angelo as soon as Snipe. I like D'Lo. I think that 7th pick could be something. I'm big on Mathurin, man. I'm big on Mathurin. But if we stay at 11, I wouldn't be opposed to Abaji. I wouldn't be opposed to him. I really like his. I like him at 13. I think could be there around 13. But if we can scoop him up at 11, I think because I think Davis is going to be gone. I think Griffin is going to be gone. You know what I mean? I think those 2 guys that the Knicks were. I don't know if they were looking at him, but those 2 guys that's been mentioned, the Davis and AJ, I think they're going to be gone. I think they're going to be gone. So if we could get Abaji, I wouldn't be opposed to that. Just like you said, move RJ back to the 2 and put him at 3. I'd be happy with that.
Yeah. Hey, Keith Turner. That should be legit. That's a win-win. Like you said, that trade right there and JW on as well. That's a win-win for Portland. You get Alex Burks coming off the bench to back up Simons and Damian Lillard, and you got a rim protector, which Portland always lacked with Noel if he healthy. I mean, if I was Portland, I'd be all over that. Alex Burks and Noel in the 11th pick for the 7th. I would jump on that in a heartbeat because that's what Damian Lillard has been lacking for a minute. A front rim defender and somebody who can come off the bench and get buckets.
Say that again because that's a good one.
That's a good one, man. Yeah, real talk, man. I think that might be the one that might pop off out there for the
man. Noel and Burks to Portland for that 7th pick. That I would. Oh man, Keith Turner, say it again. Put it in the chat again.
Real talk,
that would be nice. That would be real nice. And we would keep our 11th pick, right, Keith?
I think you lose the 11th.
Oh, so we give up the 2 plus the 11th.
No, you give up Alex Burks, Noel.
Or the 7th, no 11th pick, Keith. Yeah, because I think Noel and Burks could get that 7th pick. I think they.
Okay.
If we could keep that 7-11, I was saying that. Yeah, I if we could get 7-11, I think we fell well with that.
Wow. Yeah. That's what I mean. It's gonna be crazy tonight, man. I'm like amped right now that I'm just like, this shit gotta come up. So Knicks gotta make this move tonight no matter what the Knicks do tonight, you gotta make that 11 pick count. That's all I'm saying. We cannot make that 11 pick sitting on a pine, not in the rotation. That would be asinine. You know what I mean? So what they need to do is if you're gonna move that pick up to the top and get something like JW and Keith said to get the 7th, or you move down. You move down. Because there's no way with the way this team is probably constructed, if you don't move no people, that 11 pick gonna play.
Keith Turner, I haven't done a backflip summy in about 40 years. So if maybe 40 something years, but if we can move that and get Mathurin, I'm with that 100%. I'm big on Mathurin. I think he's going to come in here and be a dominating force in the league. He's one of those guys that we talk about tonight is going to be an all-star pretty soon, man. He's a dog, and he said he wants to be the best. What else can you say?
Yeah, his mindset got me feeling good, man.
Word up.
His mindset is got me going. I really do believe that. He said, "Yo, my heart test. Cam and RJ and Dallas pick for Brandon Ingram, Trey Murphy, Devontae Graham." That is a heart test right there.
Yeah,
I would probably, I love RJ, man. That's the only holder a Paris is RJ. But Brandon Ingram, Troy Murphy, and Devontae Graham. Now you roll over. Now you got Mitchell Robinson. That means you're gonna go Mitchell Robinson, Julius Randle, and Brandon Ingram. I don't know how you can't say no to that.
I'm not mad at that.
Bro.
And I'm there. That would, man, what a trade you put out there, Paris.
Hold up, put that back out there.
Oh man, you put Cam Reddish and RJ. Oh man.
For Brandon Ingram, Troy Murphy, Devontae Graham.
Man, they got me rubbing my head there, man. That's a good pick. I would hate to see RJ go, but I would love to invite Brandon Ingram. Yeah, Ingram here in New York with Trey Murphy and Devontae Graham. Ooh.
But think about that front line, though. Mitchell Robinson, Julius Randle, and Brandon Ingram. That's bananas. That's bananas. Oh, my goodness. Because, believe it or not, having Brandon Ingram 6'9", 6'10" at the 3.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's interesting. That's real interesting.
That's interesting.
We're trying to, Will, I'm glad you put that. That's what I was talking about right there. They trying to send Evan Fournier back to Boston for that TP exception to create Fournier deal originally. Boston should jump on that. For the trade exception that we gave to get him, here, think about it, boy, that's good for Boston. They got a sharpshooter who fits their team. I just didn't think Evan Fournier fitted our team. But Will Sharkin, I think that would be nice. I heard that out there as well, and I don't think that'd be a bad idea, man, to get that $18 million off the books. Real talk. That'd be nice. Yep. Yeah, man. Yeah, you're right, Pat. That'd be dope, man. Real talk. Yeah, you're right. Get with Hall of Girl and Flax right there. But man.
That would happen with that probably wouldn't happen tonight. That would happen in at the trade. With the trade.
Not necessarily because it's not free agent. It's just trading. It's not none of that.
Right. Well, I mean, they could probably do it tonight, but
yep. Yeah, they could. That would be interesting. The Celtics declined the Burks for 2023 pick. They are working on giving the Knicks a counter offer. I hope they do it, JW, because I think that's a good move. That's a good move for that, man. Get that out there. I just think that was the bad move. And LA, I don't think Kimmer will be here. Literally, Kimmer cannot be on the Knicks next year. I don't see that happening. I think he's going back to Charlotte. The Knicks need to send him to Charlotte for like a second-round pick. Free up some cap space. Let him play behind LaMelo Ball and tell young man how to get that.
You help that trade with traded him for that 13th and 15th pick. Yeah, right. make that with that 13. You can even probably put Fournier in there too.
Yeah. But that's I think the big one for me, guys, is that the Devontae Murray, man. That I can't believe that's hovering out there. Listen, Tom Thibodeau need to holler at Pop. They coach together on a USA team. They got respect for each other. Tom Thibodeau need to say, Pop, listen, I got this person, and 2 or 3 picks. Let's make a deal with Devontae Murray. Game over.
Man, they move on Murray, man. Whew.
Yeah, man. So
they move on.
You know what? It's going to be really interesting tonight, man. This is going to be one of them drafts where I think, because of all the trade scenarios. And here's the thing. If Brooklyn explode, which I think it might, I think Kyrie might get up out there and go to LA. Durant gonna seek a trade, and who we say run New York? With the team that always ran New York, the Knicks. That experiment was a bust. Yeah, yeah, you're right. Ivy or Murray, game over. Yeah, man. So I mean, it's gonna be interesting, man. It really is, man. I'm excited about it, man. I really am for. Because think about it. Other than RJ, this is the first time in the OB. Now we got the 11th pick. Last year we wasn't even in the top 14. So now we got the 11. We got to capitalize off that. Like I said earlier, we just got to capitalize off that one way or the other. But salute to the chat, man. Y'all cats got it popping. I mean, y'all some of the wildest heads I know, man. Y'all make this show pop, man. Appreciate all y'all up in the chat. Y'all got it going in there. Y'all keep it coming, man. We ain't here until we in here. Almost close to rap time.
Cash App. You said Ivy or Murray. I'm taking Murray. That's just me. I like Murray. You talk about DeAndre from San Antonio. Yeah, from San Antonio. Yeah, I think I'd take him over. I think I'd take him over Ivy. If we could get him, yeah, I think I do. I get him before Ivy. He'll make Julius Randle look better if we keep Julius. He'll make everybody look better, man. He's a 7.8 assists a night. You know what I mean? I think he'll make everybody look better.
That was 29 and 9, something like that. With mad defense.
I would take him, and Ivy wouldn't even be a thought if they gave me an option with him. He's an assist. He get assists, rebounds, and he's scoring double digits. He's gonna make the whole team better. He's gonna set everybody up. You know what I mean? I mean
to cut you off, shot, but I'm sorry about that. But can you imagine Devontae Murray and RJ Barrett in the backcourt for the Knicks?
Man,
one of the best defense backcourts. Even if you put Grimes back there, I don't care. But Devontae Murray, RJ, or Quentin Grimes would be one of the best defending backcourts in the NBA.
You definitely put Grimes. You definitely put Grimes as a starter, and keep RJ at the 3. Definitely, no question.
Stellar, bro. Grimes, and Devontae Murray backcourt would be
and don't even say that we still keep a Mitchell Robinson, because now Mitchell Robinson doesn't have to come out to defend at the 3-point line. That's why Mitchell doesn't get as many defensive rebounds. So our defense would be stellar.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
DeAndre Murray and Grimes 1 and 2 with RJ at the 3, Mitch at the 4, maybe Obi at the 5, or Randall. Man, that would be a pretty good team.
Hey, L.Lee, do you think we could pull off? We got the 11th already, right? I just wanted to keep us up there. Do you think we can try to go to Charlotte, get the 13th and the 15th, and say, Pop, I got something for you? I got the 11th, the 13th, and the 15th, brother. You send Devontae Murray over here right now. So I'm just big on that cat, man. I just think he could be a game changer in New York, man. That position is important for the New York Knicks. It really is. No matter what we do, that point guard spot is important for the New York Knicks moving forward. We got to finally get a guy at that position who know how to play basketball to the fullest. If it ain't IQ right now, which would be the front runner right now, you got to get somebody like Devontae Murray or whoever can play some ball down there. Because we need cats who can strip at that ball a little bit. So I would love to see how that go, man. I'm excited about what's going on. Real talk. But you cats got some good stuff up here, man. Y'all got it popping up here tonight. Real talk. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like and subscribe button. Keep it coming, man. I know y'all all the original heads up here, man. But it's good. Harlem Girl, the Pop wants 3 for Murray. You absolutely right. We got to do that. It ain't no if and buts or maybe. With Brock Aller here, we get him back. We'll deal somewhere in a couple of years from now, get the picks back. But think about it. One of the picks is Dallas, so who cares? And, if you get Devontae Murray for the Dallas pick, that means we won a Porzingis trade.
Right.
You know what I mean? You won the Porzingis trade. So if you get Devontae Murray for that Dallas pick and whatever, and we got Derrick Rose out the deal, then we won the Porzingis trade. I think we won it anyway already, but man, that would be crazy. So it's gonna be interesting, man. I know we only gonna wish on the star, but I'm excited about what's going forward, though. I'm really excited about this draft tonight. Let's hope the Knicks do the right thing. We got some talent here. We got to make some moves. Shop out. We got some pieces to do it. One thing I can truly say, that's why I'm not mad at what the Knicks did. I'm glad that the way Scott Perry and them did it. We might not thought that Alex Burke signing made was good then, but think about them now, what they're being inspirers. You know what I mean? Now they coming into play. You know what I mean? So I think Alex Burks, Nerlens Noel, them little $10 million they signed them, now it's coming into fruition because they all aspirers. Derrick Rose, Knicks got about $40 million sitting right there, man. You know what I mean? So, and I don't think Jalen Brunson coming to the Knicks. I think the Mavericks going to sign Jalen Brunson. I think he stays in Dallas. You know what I mean? Real talk. So we'll see how that go. But we married though. Oh man.
Man, you got my stomach hurt right now. Three first rounds, I'd do that in a heartbeat, man. I do that. I hate to say it out loud, but I give 3 first rounds, Cam Reddish and IQ. I hate to say it out loud like that, but I would give IQ, Cam Reddish, 3 first rounds, maybe even 2 seconds. That's just because I like him that much.
Man, he worth it, bro. He an all-star juggernaut. I mean, the cat could play. He could D with the 8 linky too, man. I mean, you got to get that dude. If it's out there, I would not want the Atlanta Hawks to get Devontae Murray with Trae Young over us. You got the Knicks better. If that is real talk out there with that situation, the Knicks need to jump on that. Because I think the reason why San Antonio might be doing that, Sharp Powers, because pretty soon he's gonna be up for extension. Because he had a 4-year, like a $64 million deal. Devontae Murray, and he's probably going into that 3rd year. So I wonder because they don't know what's going to happen with Popovich, if he's going to stay another year or 2. Do they think they're going to go in a rebuild mode around Josh Primo and all them guys? Say, we know what, Devontae Murray going to cost like $158 million in a couple of years or whatever. So they might be looking at let's get him off the books now, get some in return for him, because they probably not going to want to extend that guy. I don't think especially a Pop league. You know what I mean? I don't see him. I don't see them with the roster they have giving him like $158 million, and they got a bunch of young heads around him. I don't even see that. That don't make no sense to me. So I think hopefully they see that.
Who's that cash out? Murray or the trades that I said? I know I went a little. I went really out there. I went out on a limb. I know. I probably wouldn't do all those trades, but I'm amping it up. If they just said 3 first, I mean, I'll do that in a heartbeat for Murray. 3 first, yeah, I'd do that.
He worth it. Cause know why? Yeah. Ain't none of them 3 first picks gonna guarantee to be good as he is.
Word up, and he's a point guard that's like 6'7", and he's a triple threat. He could score. He can rebound and he can assist. Come on, man. Plays great defense, long arms, and he'll set everybody up. All those young boys that's on that, everybody, RJs, the Grimes, the Cam Reddishes, the any of those guys that we talk about that's under 25 right now, he will put those guys into play, man. We be a running up and down with pace basketball team every night we get on the floor.
Nice and Atlanta giving up 2 firsts in college. This was so interesting to me, Nice and everybody else. Why would the San Antonio Spurs give up Devontae Murray for John Collins, who just signed a $125 million deal and 2 firsts? John Collins ain't better than Devontae Murray to me. That would be an asinine move for the San Antonio Spurs. They do that. You know what I mean?
I think Collins got a different place he wants to go. I think he may stay in Atlanta though, but because I think Atlanta's going to try to move some of the picks to keep him. But if he doesn't go there, I don't think he goes to San Antonio.
Yeah. I mean, because that's a deal. That's how it all started with that deal right there. San Antonio and they doing that deal. I just don't understand why R.C. Buford and them and Popner would want John Collins on a $100 million deal just for 2 picks when you got Devontae Murray on 2. You might as well just let him stay there for 2 years and whatever.
Yeah.
So I do think that's why he need to come to the Knicks. We got some real good packages for you. You can have that. We'll give you some real good packages that if you want to go to the rebuild, we got some good rebuilding too for you. We got
the nice over here.
we got some good players for rebuild, brother, and picks. And you ain't got to give up $100 million to John Collins. I don't know. You better come talk. I told you, Tom Thibodeau need to get on the phone, quit playing. That's what they need to do. Me too. And Will, I kid you not, I would be upset if he go to Atlanta.
Man,
what else about that, man? You come in the garden with that. But here's another thing. I'll check out something on Twitter, y'all. Real talk. Devontae Murray was playing some ball in the gym. Guess what color? He got some orange. He got Knicks sneakers on, orange and blue. It was nice. He put it on Twitter too. He showed the orange and blue drip. I'm like, man, he got to be coming to New York.
Man, I got it. Now you got me going. I'm about to go look that up. That's all I need to see. Put the battery in my back. I'm with that 100%.
Yeah, man. But you know what? And then it's so interesting, man, because it's a lot of ways. Like I said, I'm not with the Brogdon thing. I think I'm tired of bringing them recycled tires, man. I mean, he's injury prone. Knicks didn't bite on it. They asked the Knicks for the 11th pick for Brogdon. Knicks
ain't nobody giving them no 11th pick for no Brogdon.
Brogdon and them, and that, So but it's gonna be very interesting, man. I'm excited about tonight, man. I know you cats are, but that cat he too injured for me, man. It ain't got nothing to do with cat's talent. It's his injury, because you get that man on the book for $20 million, and next thing you know, he playing 40, 50 games. That's crazy. You know what I mean? That's crazy. We did that shit for years. The Knicks need to go through this draft and get these young boys and develop them and build them, because we've been going the other way shop house for so many years, just buying players, and it's never panning out. Now you got a chance to have a R.J. Barrett, maybe an Ivy or whoever, an Obi Toppin. You got a chance to build this shit from the ground up.
Yeah, man.
2 years from now, then you strike on a free agent. You get a free
Facts.
agent. That's all they need to do.
Facts. Because exactly what to piggyback off of what you said, Divine. In 2 years, these guys' stock will be built up. The Obi Toppins will be built up. The IQs will be built up. We're paying these guys $2 million, $5 million, but they'll be worth $12, $14, $15 million. So instead of giving up 3 guys like a Grimes, Cams, and Obi Toppin, we could give up 2 players, then like a Obi Toppin and a Cam Reddish and an IQ or something to that, some way. Their stock would be more valuable, so we don't have to give up as much as like right now. If you're talking about giving up, you hear Cam Reddish and you hear Grimes in there. If these guys' stock build up, we won't have to give up 3 players for 1 player. We can give up 2 players for 1 player. Kind of keep that core that we have, and I think that's the ideal that I think they need to go to. And I believe that they want to go with a more up-tempo pace this year, man. I think they want to push the pace last year. I talked about pace a lot last year. They did it sometimes, especially when they won some of the games, but they need to run with pace, and I think that's what they need to do.
Yeah, you know what? Because you think about what we was at the league this year. We was at the bottom of the league in total offense. Team shot poorly from the free throw line, from the 3-point line, from the 2-point field goal percentage. So I think that's the reason why I like IQ and Obi them, because they give you. I think IQ and Obi easily give you 8-10 points easy with the way they play up and down and the pace and the long outlet pass. Yeah, they give you some extra possessions. They pass up, and I just think that's where they need to go. That's another guy. I'll leave you 100%. Even his spot is yep. So it's gonna be interesting to see, man. And I think you guys gonna be pretty. I think we should come out there feeling pretty good tonight, fellas. And ladies and gents, excuse me. I think we should come out there feeling pretty good tonight. I think the Knicks got to do the thing. I think the good thing I'm hearing out there that they're gonna Mark Starr and say they're gonna be signing Mitchell Robinson. I'm happy about that. I just think that makes sense. Just from a defense purpose, the offensive rebound, so we a jump shooting league, and you know how the Knicks shot the ball last year. They couldn't hit the ocean last year, but thank God you had guys like Mitchell Robinson who were good offense rebounders. That's why he's so important to me. Not because of his offense game, but his offense rebounding, his shot blocking, and all that. I think he's just important on a team like we got now. That's he's like that Robert Williams type cat for Boston. You know what I mean? That's why he kind of makes sense to keep him here. But I'm a Mitch guy, so I hope he come back. I think with a good point guard, you can see better from Mitch and then all our guys. But that cash out. That's where I'm at. Ivy and Obi in the front in the open court with RJ. Oh my God! And then you got Grimes 12 trailer with a 3-point shot. It's game over. It's game over. So let's hope that thing come to fruition. Cash out. We need Ivy down here, man. I'm hoping they can do it, but not whatever. But I'm hoping they can get him though. The way it talks, it should be fun. We'll see, man. We'll see how this thing goes. And hopefully it pan out well. Yeah, you're right, Nice, and that's why I don't want to let them two go, man. I know sometimes you can't keep anybody if the right deal come up. We got to, but I think that Obi, that's the only reason I ain't gonna lie to you. I really want to move on from Julius. I think you put Obi Toppin and IQ in this Knicks starting lineup. Your fast break production goes up. Your pace goes up.
Everything. Yep.
Everything goes up. You know what I mean? And all you got to do is replace Julius Randle with a bona fide guy down at the 1 or the 2. Let's say you get a bona fide guy at the 1 that does what Julius Randle do. But you move Julius Randle 12, 20, 10, and 5, put Obi there for 17, 8, and 3. Then you get a point guard giving you Julius Randle 20, 10, and 5. To me, Obi Toppin and a bona fide point guard is better than Julius Randle and Alex Burks or anybody. That's why I don't got a problem moving on from Julius Randle. Let Obi Toppin get that spot. I think Obi Toppin get 8 points easy just off of fast breaks. Easy with IQ. IQ knows soon as he grab the ball, he know what he's doing. He looking up because Obi took off for a wide receiver pass. So I just think that that would be nice for me to do that, man. But if they keep they keep Randall, you still got to go get Devontae Murray. You still got to try to drive Javen Ivey. I just think you got to get a bona fide one in New York. New York will not get nowhere if they don't get somebody in that one spot, man. We need a point guard finally. Like you said, since Stephon Marbury.
Right.
Jason Kidd when he was with the Knicks when Woodson and them and Melo and them. But that been Achilles' heel for the last 10 years in that position, man. At that point guard spot. So you get a combo guard who could do both of them with IQ. I don't got a problem with IQ and Jaden Ivey backcourt. None whatsoever. And I really believe that. So it's gonna be very interesting to see. Yeah, that'd be crazy right there, wouldn't it? Damn, Nice. Obi on 11, Miles Bridges. Oh my God, that'd be bananas. That would. Hey, listen, that's Lob City, 2.0. Obi Toppin, Miles Bridges, and Jalen Ivey. That's Chris Paul and them when they was Blake Griffin and DeAndre Jordan type on that ball up all day. So and that's what you need. That athleticism counts for a lot too. Yeah, you're right. Absolutely right, man. And I do think that's why it's important to bring certain guys back. Like Grimes to me, I think I would love to be in the Knicks training camp this year, man. I can't wait. I would love to be in that training camp this year because there's going to be some competition out there. But this year, there's going to be a lot of competition out there, man, in the Knicks training camp this year. So, depending on who they draft, it's going to be very interesting to see. But it's going to be some good competition, and that's what you need. Hey, I agree with you, man. That's not only that. Who's gonna keep up with them dudes, though?
Yeah, man. That's what I'm talking about, Divine. If we could get this fast-paced team going on, who's really going to be able to run with us, man? If we could grab, as long as we can sustain grabbing rebounds, we out almost every time down the court, man. We out.
Yep.
And I want to see that running. I want to see that running gun, fast-paced offense going on this year, man. And I still believe that if we move off of Evan Fournier, we can open up. Or Evan Fournier, Burks, and Kemba and Noel. We can open up some spots for some of these guys that we're bringing in.
Yep. Real talk. And listen, man, we know the draft won't get popping tonight. It's gonna be crazy. Salute to the chat, man. But we gonna listen. I'm gonna be glued in tonight, man. I'm like, listen. This is a big draft for us. Just due to the fact of the hype about it, what it can do for our franchise, no matter if we keep the player, trade back. 2023 draft gonna be nice. That's gonna be a nice draft too. So it's a really important pick for us this year, man. And that 11 could turn into gold for us. You never know, depending on what they do with it. So I'm really interested to see how the Knicks gonna maneuver tonight, and what they're gonna come up with. Like I said, you see Leon Rose and all them at the combine. They're doing their due diligence. They're doing their homework. I mean, a lot of stuff right now there for no reason. The reason why I know the Jaden Ivey stuff is real, because I see them guys scouting. I see them a lot of teams do it, but the Knicks was glued in on that dude. They was literally tuned in on him. And that's why I think that even if they don't get him, that don't mean the Knicks wasn't trying to get him. Let's not get it twisted. If they don't get Jaden Ivey tonight, don't mean the Knicks wasn't trying to get him. It could have been that they decided to say, you know what, we want the 5th pick with Keegan Murray, and Detroit didn't want to make a move. But you got to go at Detroit with something too. You know what I mean? And see what they offer. But like JW said, with the 7th pick, then that's cool. And that's cool too. But I hope we move up and get a player that can help us now, while we move back down and get a player that can grow along and grow with the system. Because like I said, I'm just scared about that 11th crack in the rotation until we get rid of some ball players. That would be my trepidation shot, pal, with that. Mic check.
I've been rolling these dice, man. I've been seeing 7-11, man. 7-11. If we can't get 4, I believe, man. I can't wait till this thing come on, because I think Keegan Murray is going to Sacramento, man. I think Ivy's going to drop down to 5 to Detroit.
Ooh, him and Cade Cunningham gonna be special.
I'm just saying that's what I think. I don't think Sacramento picks Ivy unless for what? I don't think I don't know. Maybe they might
be picking up for us.
Yeah, right, exactly. That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping something like that.
They might pick them for us, and that my man what's the name of the commissioner? Excuse me.
Stein, not Stein, right?
I'm losing my thought right now.
Don't feel bad. I do it all the time, Divine.
Commissioner come out there and say, we got to trade, brother. And Sacramento Kings send blah, blah, blah to the New York Knicks. And I'm like, okay, it's a wrap.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he was on the COVID protocol. He couldn't. Commissioner couldn't get it done because he was in COVID protocol when the championship was on. He's probably out of it now, though. Yeah, I think so too, Allah. Why, your God, I think it's going down tonight too, man. I really do. I think some got to pop, man. I like somebody said earlier, you can't, like D Nice said, we can't always try, man. We've been doing that, but we've been doing good. We drafted pretty well the last couple of years. We had a good draft last year. We had a good draft the year before that. Adam Silver, my man, salute my brother.
Adam Silver,
appreciate you, my brother. I had that lost thought right there. Yeah, Adam Silver, he got a call that tonight, man, and hopefully that they draft him, and then next thing you know, They hollering at us, because I do think that Julius Randle would be nice out there, man. People talk about him and Sabonis won't work. I disagree. I think now, and the way Julius Randle plays basketball now, he's not a back to the basket type player anymore. He on the perimeter with the Knicks. So you let Sabonis eat down there. Let Julius Randle play out on the perimeter, stretch 4. You know what I mean? And then you take it from there. So I do think it could work down there. You got De'Aaron Fox and Davion Mitchell. Now you get the 3 spot to put that person in the 3 spot. They got a pretty squad down here, so let's hope it all comes to fruition, man, because I'm really ready to get this thing going. Yeah, right. Yeah, right, fact. Yeah, right. Real talk, man. So, but yeah, I'm excited about the Shannon Sharps all over. We can go a lot of ways, guys. It really is. Because we can go a lot of ways. We just got to see what the Knicks front office thinking about. Hey, if they thinking like we thinking, the Knicks should be all right. Put it like that there. They thinking like us in the chat thinking. The front office thinking like the way we thinking, us in the chat, the Knicks should be all right. We got some good stuff popping off up in here, man. Some good thoughts, some good trades, some good scenarios. You guys got to pop it up, man. So let's hope that the Knicks do the right thing for us, man. This could be a good thing for us, man. And especially that thing implode in Brooklyn. Let that implode. Now, like I said, they done had that thing going for 3 years. When Kyrie and KD went there, I'm like, that's championship a bust. I don't care what nobody. I don't care. And then you got James Harden and got swept. That is bust. I don't care what nobody say. That 3 years the Nets got with KD, Kyrie. I don't care about no injury, none of that. That was a bust. Because if that would have been the New York Knicks, we'd have been a laughing stock in the NBA. So let me tell you right now, that shit in Brooklyn was a bust. It's a bust. And I don't want Kyrie nowhere near the Knicks. Nowhere near. That's crazy. You know what I mean? So, but Roberto, I'll be on after, man. I think we're going to get it popping after the draft. They got a lot of draft shows popping off, so I think we're going to be on afterwards, man. And we'll see. Leon, hopefully we'll make this contact. Yeah, you're right, man. Be civilized. That's what I'm hoping, man. They like I said, I wasn't even mad at last year's stuff, Shop House. Because that stuff now going to be able to bring us some results. Them little $10 million contract and Noel's contract. They're going to bring us some results. So I'm kind of happy about that, man. Real talk. Yeah.
There we go.
Mm-hmm.
I was missing the chat. There you go.
Yeah. Hey Sam, man, real talk. That was straight failure. Like I said, that was championship a bust. You spent almost 190 million, whatever, blah blah blah.
Gave up all that young crew that you had over there that just made it to the playoffs the year before.
Mm-hmm. And then when it got James Harden, and Kyrie walked, you know Durant out of there. Now we can send you Alex Burks, Evan Fournier, KD. You can come over here. Don't get me wrong. We give you Alex Burks, Fournier, Kemba Walker, and all that to get up that contract. Come over here and hang out with us. Then we had to worry about moving Julius Randle. Then you got a good front out with him, Mitchell Robinson, and Julius. Ain't got no problem with that neither. But he danced that shit with a bus over there, though. I know that much. Right, exactly. That's what I mean, man. The Knicks run this, man, all day, every day. This is New York Knicks town. I don't know what they would think. I don't know what they would think about. I'm talking about, especially my man, what's his name? Max Kelvin and them. Man, this ain't no Nets town, man. You done lost your mind.
Yeah, I don't know where they thought that was.
Y'all crack or something with that. But man, he did, man. He did that boy dirty though. But you know what? Hey man, so like I'm on this thing here. I'm gonna hope JD what I do is, guys, I know it's gonna be probably around 10 o'clock. I'll at Shop House, see what his work schedule is. We can get back on tonight. We'll hop back on tonight, man. We get it popping again, man. Hopefully we get some good results. And we do what it do. I set the stream up. So y'all look for the notification. And we get it popping again, man. Y'all cast us live up here. Appreciate y'all coming in. Let's get this hour thing going, get ready for the draft. And we'll revisit the thing later on tonight, man. I set it up and we get it popping. You know what I mean? Real talk, man. That was a great show today, man. Y'all cast is real, on fire. Salute. Let's get it. On Shop House, holla at me.
Salute to you, Divine. Let's hope for something positive in this draft tonight. Let's see what this front office really is about tonight. Tonight is a one of those things that you call strike one, strike two, strike three. We need a big hit tonight, man. We don't need no strikeouts tonight, man. We need a hit. If we move up to 4 or 5, or if we move back 13, 15, or if we stay at 11 and pick a good guy, man. Salute to the chat. Salute to you, Divine. Divine, one more thing. What's your top 5? What's your board?
Tonight? Top 5 tonight?
Yeah, if you were looking for the board and you had 5 players that you would like to pick, who would they be?
I would say I'm doing the top 3. Top for the Knicks or just on the draft?
No. Who you would pick?
Oh, the top 5 in the draft tonight?
For who you would pick. Like if we got the 11th pick, but you got a board of 5 players that you're eyeing to see where they drop at. All right, for instance, for me it would be my top number 1 pick is Ben Mathurin. My second pick would be Abaji. My third pick would be Eason. My 4th pick would be Brandon. And my 5th pick would be that Jay Williams guy from Santa Cruz.
I'm gonna go for me. Well, obviously Jaden Ivey.
Okay.
If we couldn't get Jaden Ivey, we had to kind of stay at 11. I would definitely like to Ben Mathurin. Jaden Ivey, Ben Mathurin, Dyson Daniels, Johnny Davis, and I'm gonna have to I would say that 5th guy for me, Shannon Sharp.
I feel you on that one. I like Shannon a little bit too. He ain't played no college ball. I think he's gonna be something special.
Yeah, his athleticism. I just love him, athletic cats. Like him and Toby Toppin, let me tell you, jumping over the gym out there. Yeah, but you got it right, Alawad. Ivy. Yeah, hey, you think we're gonna be able to get him at 42? Ellie, Soto, you think he's still be around? Yeah. But for him to be that tall and the way he play make with a basketball is impressive. I mean, you know, Philippine got to be one of the first Filipinos to get it popping over here in the NBA. So 7-something, he got some good playmaking skills. That's amazing for him to be that tall, do what he do. So we'll see, man. But listen, we'll be back in the night, man. Roughly be around. I think the graph gonna go on late. So if you guys is up, around about 10:30, I'll jump on in. We get it popping again, man. By then, hopefully the Knicks done picked it. They ain't moved back too far, and we'll see what it is, man. But until then, man, enjoy that thing. Root the Knicks on. Let's get it. Put the front office on notice. Scott Perry, Leon Rowe. If y'all listening right now, or somebody that's listening and know them, tell them let's get it popping.
Yeah, you're on the clock.
Yeah. Yo, salute the truth from live of the Philippines. Yeah, man. Hope Soto come to New York, man. That'll be awesome, man. Get that, cause that cat, he's skillful too. You know what I mean? And hey, we can always move my man Sims to the power forward. Big bodies. Jericho Sims backing up the power forward spot with that body. He'd be a bruiser like Charles Oakley, shit, whatever. You get him, but we'll see, man. Listen, guys, we be back in. Let's go get it popping. We can get some nourishment in our bodies. We refuel. We retool, man. We be back in later on tonight. Chop Power, Divine, KJ events. We see you cats in a couple of hours. Enjoy the draft. Get your wing. Get whatever you eat. Get plant-based, whatever. Get it, man. Let's get your
Let's get it.
Yeah, let's get it, man. Peace.
Let's get it.
We see
yes,
y'all.
Sir.
Peace. Time for Divine Shot, KJ events. This real talk's the brand. You understand how we do, my man. I'm on that Friday night Nick shit, dripping in Nick shit. Up in the world, most famous arena. With the click, that's the conglomerate. Nick's real talk, the real prominent. I'm a bit like the Omicron variant, dominant. Paying homage to the cat in the chat. That's where it's at. Cause I'm hearing that. You don't care for hyperbole, you straight facts. We interact with the mob, the gods. Up in the pod, the squad, with the side. The entourage, be on the job, my energy. Feeling tripping in tempo. As they cook my game plan, and my brand for loot and pursuit. Going hard like the New York City gritty committee. Cause that the Knicks we know is pretty, but we all stay giddy. But we embrace the fan base like the late Anthony Mace. We create the logo when there's hair space that appear like square space. Staring down on the Chase Bridge, look at that Knicks City drip. There's 50 dashes on the court, looking pretty legit. I think true to the orange and blue. I thought you knew for him a few bars to shine like Star Divine on Mount Mars. Knicks real talk. Here we go, let's go.
Knicks real talk right here. I'm representing
Knicks real talk.
right here.
Here we go, let's go.
We here in the building.
Knicks real talk.
Let's get it.
Here we go, let's go.
Yes, sir.
Knicks real talk.
We here.
Here we go, let's go.
Let's get it. Let's get it. Yeah, for real. Yes, sir.
Let's get it.